has used it the last 2 games to a pretty solid effect, I would say.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Elder Titan. I was wondering when we'd see the World Breaker show up in this set of games. A hero that has grown quite significantly in his popularity, and for good reason. A very high impact support with lots of damage. Speaking of high impact, high damage heroes, Gyrocopter and then Tidehunter. Both teams with some pretty nasty looking team fights right now. Even with just their first couple picks, Elder Titan can set up for a lot of lethal stuff. I will be tabbing out for 1 second. I need to waitlist off of the last class. And then Underlord, both these teams, the rapid fire drafting. And the lanes for Spicy Thieves looking pretty good, but Tidehunter and Gyro equally as strong laners. We'll see what they end up developing. The supports have their work cut out for them in terms of getting kills in this game, but the potential is there. I mean, especially for no Courier Snipe. Rubik also banned out by no Courier Snipe, something that Spicy Thieves used very, very well last game. Again, going to tab out real quick because I need to register for this class that just opened up a spot before someone else does. So again, sorry that I have tabbed out and am missing some draft, but my education is super important. I'll tab back in real quick though, as we see the Terrorblade and Rubik have been banned out. Sand King also banned out by Spicy Thieves. A hero that no Courier Snipe used very well last game. No surprise to see him move. Terrorblade is on the permanent ban list. And a hero that, while strong, isn't really strong enough at first pick, but the Witch Doctor surprisingly surviving through that first phase, but getting removed in the second set of bans. And now with their third pick, no Courier Snipe, have some options available. A lot of the better supports have been banned out by themselves even. But their options are fairly limited for supports. They could go for an Earth Spirit if they really want to go crazy in the lanes. I do like the look of that. Fives are fairly limited. Ancient Apparition, Witch Doctor, Rubik, Disruptor, all banned out. Sorry, again, still trying to get into this class. XD. But Jakiro, another solid 5 and some good damage coming out from no Courier Snipe. And man, the early game damage in the teamfight AoE is crazy coming out from this no Courier Snipe team. Sensia's team is looking pretty nasty. We'll see what Spicy Thieves decide to rebuttal with. The Rubik that they used the last few games and the Omni Knight have been removed. So they'll need to shake things up. And I mean, with those first 2 picks, they've absolutely already shaken things up. But this draft, it's very different from both sides. The Gyrocopter making it through the first phase of bans, as did Underlord, who I don't think he was banned first phase, but did see him banned here and there last set. Hiya. Alright, I'm registered. Yay. Bane, picked up by Spicy Thieves, solid single target control and a fair amount of damage. I mean, watching this Spicy Thieves team is quite literally going to put people to sleep. Bane, Elder Titan. My concern right now is that they have okay damage, especially single target, but it's fairly inconsistent when you consider Elder Titan's right clicks come from hitting a lot of people with spirits. Underlord, Firestorm can be walked out of. So Spicy Thieves, for their mid and their safe lane, are going to have to pick up some heavy duty stuff. Lifestealer still in the pool, something that Spicy Thieves I think could actually do pretty well with. It's good in this game as well. Rage is going to be fantastic against Gyro, Tidehunter, Jakiro. So it's looking
Radiant
very
team
nice
pick.
for the no Courier Snipe team, and they're going to go with the Shadow Demon, something not often seen in recent time. The Banish could set up on the Ice Path, they don't have a lot of heroes that they can make decent illusions of, but it might deter Spicy Thieves from picking up a hero like Luna, who's still in the pool, high damage, good AoE, good team fight.
Dire team ban.
So instead, they'll go for that Juggernaut. But Shadow Demon is one of the best heroes in the game against Juggernaut. His ult goes through the spin, slowing down Jug significantly. Banish can save allies from both Blade Fury and his ultimate. So I'm a little hesitant about this Jug pick. I think it's a fine carry. It's good against the other 3 heroes. Can ignore the magic of the Gyro, the Tide, the Jakiro, but Shadow Demon is phenomenal against the Jugs, but it's really on Shadow Demon to make the plays against that Juggernaut. Jakiro, very limited potential against him. Like, will probably want to go a Yule's anyway, but needs that to survive against the Jugs most likely. Gyro, there's not very many heroes that you say, ah, yes, a Gyro counter, but Jugs is one of the better heroes against Gyrocopter. Can spin off and ignore a lot of that magic immunity, and the ult, pretty healthy damage against that Gyrocopter, and I think Jugs can just man fight the hero most of the game. No Courier Snipe removing that sniper. It's an okay ban. I don't know that I would have picked it for Spicy Thieves mid. I'm not actually sure what I would put mid for either team. No Courier Snipe. I suppose, Death Prophet still there. Good hero, popular right now. OD also unbanned for the time being. We could get all of the banishes, all of the pseudo banishes in one game. Would be a blast. And now Spicy Thieves waiting for that next ban to come out. Again, Death Prophet's still there, and they're going to ban out the TA. Some nice right-click damage, single target damage that no Courier Snipe don't really have a lot of, but their AoE should more than compensate. But the Spicy Thieves team looking decent. They don't have any stuns that pierce the Jug spin. So if he times that spin properly, it's like a pseudo life stealer thing.
10 seconds remaining.
Spin is similar to Rage, can ignore CC spells, damage over time, AoE, ravages, cooldowns, but the cooldown's slow, appears with spell immunity. The damage does not. I actually think Lifestealer would probably have been worse than Jugs this game. Shadow Demon is just as good against Lifestealer as he is against Juggernaut. Again, ult, piercing spell immunity, slowing those melee heroes, can easily kite them. I wonder if they're going to try to pick a mid like Invoker, something to set up with the Bane. You don't need to pick Bane to have anything to set up with, but I think they could. Dragon Knight also still in the pool, which would just make their team incredibly beefy, but I'm still a little worried about their damage. They've got fine damage, but it's really all coming from the Juggernaut at the moment. Meanwhile, no Courier Snipe, you got the Gyro, the Tidal, the Jakiro. There's a lot of damage. OD could be good. Viper still in the pool. The Break great against Tide. What else is there still available for those mids? I suppose you could do something like no, that's a really bad idea. Never mind. Not going to say it out loud. It was bad thought process.
Dire team pick.
But Spicy Thieves do actually end up going with that Invoker for the Sunstrike setup with the Elder Titan, the Bane. They have a lot of tools for it. I like it. It gives them some AoE and a lot of damage that they were kind of lacking in this draft. I like it. Invoker, not super popular right now, but I do like that pick. And no Courier Snipe, of course, going for that Shadow Fiend, who I'm pretty sure we've seen all 3 games, I think. Maybe we didn't see him game 1, but I'm pretty sure we did. Ooh, nice golden Shadow Fiend face from Clammy. Sorry that I'm eating. It's very unprofessional. But I'm really hungry. And I can't, make any food while casting, Because if you get up to go, boil water, odds are the next game starts by then, and blah, blah, blah. But game looking pretty nice. It's going to be a good one to watch. Both teams. The CC on the side of the Radiant is unbelievable, but equally as impressive is the massive amount of damage that'll be coming out from the Dire. No Courier Snipe with the help of the Shadow Demon Disruption. Not Disruption. Soul Catcher. A lot of damage. But I guess I will introduce these two teams since we are at it. We've got Cybonic playing the Bane. Fragisha on Invoker. Control playing the Underlord. Live Grade on the Elder Titan. And LDK playing the Juggernaut. Then on the other side of the map, Fab playing the infamous Gyrocopter. Magi on the Shadow Fiend. Tidehunter being played by Scary Kitten once again. Note Me Down on Jakiro. And Shadow Demon being played by Clammy. So we'll see how this ends up going. I think the lane in mid very much Shadow Fiend favored. And with the help, I mean, he doesn't even need to win his lane, the Invoker. Like, you get the slow, you get the Bane Enfeeble, or the Nightmare, and then Sunstrike. Elder Titan sleep, Sunstrike. Elder Titan sleep, and you get, god damn it, Nicker. Then you just so much setup potential for the crowd control. You can also put someone to sleep and trap them inside the Pit of Malice. The Atrophy Aura, not the Atrophy Aura, the Atrophy Aura going to make him hit like a truck. But Firestorm, lots of setup for just so many things. Can also set up, trap people inside that Blade Fury, get them set up to get hit by that Blade Fury. Nick, leave my chat, don't flame. You filthy League player, just kidding, I have equal respect for whatever game anyone plays. But on the other side of the map, I think this is an okay Tide lane. There is kill potential for the Radiant, but going to be a little difficult to actually find it. The Juggernaut, though, with the spin, magic damage great against the Tidehunter, but Anger Smash Tide loves playing against melee heroes. But you still got that Bane to deal with. Pure damage nukes. The other Titan, hybridish damage. The Spirit does magical, but Echo Stomp does physical, and the staple gun that he's actually, it's not a staple gun. He doesn't have the default cosmetics, so it's really a mace for real this time.
Remaining.
It's like at top, Underlord scouting out some enemy heroes. Scary Kitten. Yeah, I think this is a fine Tide lane. It'll be hard to actually kill him. He has to be really pushed in to be killed off, because the sleeps, both the Bane Sleep and the Echo Stomp, break upon taking some damage. But if they wait for a Sunstrike to connect and then, you know, hit him with a Brain Sap or something, they could kill him. The potential is there. Live Grade does manage to get that Bounty Rune, so it looks like both teams grabbing a couple Bounty Runes apiece, with Radiant grabbing both bot and no Courier Snipe on the Dire grabbing both up at the top lane. Or was it no Courier Snipe on the Dire? Yes. Yes, it was. Now LDK, playing the Jug this time. Should be okay for him in this lane. Again, the Anchor Smash is going to be a problem. I think they'll really want the Bane here so that they can pressure the Tide a little bit better. Because against Elder Titan Jugs, I don't think Tide has anything to fear, especially once he gets a point in Kraken Shell. But it looks like Cybonic wants to tease Magi in the mid, trying to get that Enfeeble off on him. And that is just some lane-losing stuff, especially for a Shadow Fiend. But it actually does manage to get a last hit on 20 damage. However, up at the top lane, there is plenty of kill potential on Control. I mean, you've got Rocket Barrage from Fab, Jakiro, Liquid Fire, Dual Breath, lots of damage over time, can ignore the Atrophy Aura. Similar cases with the Underlord and the Tidehunter, where they're great against physical damage heroes, but they kind of falter a bit against magic damage. They are more easily zoned, easily harassed by the magical DPS, and both teams have a little bit of that, although I think it's easier to kill Underlord in this game with your team's damage, Gyrocopter, than it is to kill the Tidehunter with the Elder Titan. But mid, I mean, they're just trying to set up to make sure Fragisha has a good time. Again, I think this is a largely Shadow Fiend favored matchup. With Vanish coming out, they're trying to get in position for something. I don't think they can kill him. Liquid Fire comes out, chipping him away, but Atrophy Aura plus his Stout Shield, he's pretty tanky. Sunstrike now online for Fargisha. So they have the Echo Stomp to set up for a sleep, but Tidehunter snagging 2 bounty runes. Again, they no longer give experience, but the gold, just as happy to have that little bit of a paycheck, you know? Cybonic just babysitting. It's a 2v1 here in the mid. He needs to be careful not to get Invoker at a CS or a level disadvantage, but it's paying off. I mean, Invoker with just 2 last hit, or sorry, Shadow Beam with just 2 last hits and 1 deny. That's 3 stacks of Necromastery, which is basically nothing for him. He's really having a hard time in this lane, and Bane it's paying off. I think a bit risky maneuver, but you really need to set up for this Invoker to be successful. It's going to be one of your more important lanes. Juggernaut, again, doing just fine. Tidehunter a bit zoned out, but luckily for him, there is a wave coming into his tower. So Scary Kitten will find that level 2, get a fair amount of XP to level 3. Dual Breath coming out, harassing Control. Control also going to be taking some Shadow Poison damage. Clammy continuing to spend that out. The Vanish coming out. A couple more stacks of that Shadow Poison could be incredibly painful. Liquid Fire coming down, not for too long, but I think they might actually get him. Do they have the damage? He pops his wand charges. He doesn't quite have the mana for that. Oh, and he pops it, but not enough damage. So good effort on that, but that Underlord, again, I think they have more kill potential than Spicy Thieves have on the Tide, but it's really not a ton of kill potential. It's like there's a 30% chance that they kill the Tide and maybe a 35-40% chance that the Underlord dies. At least without the Gyro present. It's probably a lot higher if Gyro's around. Nightmare connecting onto 1. They get the Stomp coming out. This is called Snap as well, but they've rotated 1 support in already. However, it looks like a lot of damage. He pops the Fairy Fire. Magi going to eat that Tango as well. Should be just fine. Sunstrike only rank 2. So 162 damage. It would kill him if it did connect, but they're going to force some regen, and they did force a rotation, but an unsuccessful gank in that mid lane. Gonna be down, throwing out some harass onto Cybonic. Just exchanging glances with one another as they pass by on the river. LBK farming pretty well, top of the last hits with 25 with 11 denies, so getting some good levels in here in addition to CS, and going to be zoning out this Tide pretty hard. Is Kitten level 3. I believe Underlord's similar case though, level 3, but getting gone on up here. The Dual Breath coming out, Liquid Fire as well. They're getting stacks of that Shadow Poison up onto him. He pops his wand charges once again. There's 4 stacks. Clammy going to try to find that 5th, does manage to connect it. It's a ton of damage, but it's not enough to kill him. Meanwhile, Cybonic trying to cancel this salve, but unable to do so, and now Tidehunter back up to fighting shape, and need to be careful with that Bane. Could get bashed by the Anchor Smash, and things get nasty from there. He doesn't have Gush, no kill potential, but it would be a favorable trade for the Tidehunter. Now, though, it's starting to kind of catch up to him that he had heroes in his lane for so long. Fargisha only level 4. And fairly far behind Magi's Shadow Fiend, who is starting to stack up that CS, starting to get his Necromastery stacks up. But did create some space for the Invoker, but this hero is more level dependent than anything, so you created a lot of space, got him a CS advantage, which he's losing now as Magi is beginning to catch up. So once he gets stacks, can also farm with Raise. It could turn out pretty badly, but he's likely to go for Hanamitis. Yep, queued up. And Bane just getting bullied a little bit by Scary Kit, but pops that Enfeeble and forces him back. Meanwhile, LDK now with the Omni Slash online. That's very likely a dead Tidehunter if he gets slashed. Dire scanning now. They know Control is here, and oh, they see him on the high ground. He does have Shrine available, likely going to have to use it. Dual Breath coming out. He has to pop that Shrine, and he will survive thanks to that, but popping that Shrine at a not great time. May have won it. He may have been planning with the Shrine anyway, but did have a salve too, so could have some interesting repercussions in the next 5 minutes. And LDK, Omni Slash, makes mincemeat of the Tidehunter in that bot lane. Nice T-Tor to start this game. Other Titan getting harassed up here at the top lane. And, I mean, LDK just has been playing really well. All of these games that I've watched him play have been really, really excellent. Bane now TPing top, a missile coming after Control. Fab is here, doesn't have Call Down. Very interesting choice to not skill Call Down at 6. I think it's pretty superior to almost any other choice, but I mean, he'll get level 7 before too terribly long, and I'm sure he had his reason. Maybe wanted another point in the flat cannon to farm to push waves a little bit harder, or hadn't got a point in the homing missile yet and wanted to snag that. Freaky's still only level 5 to Magi 6.5, and Shadow Demon rotating around. And again, it's keeping the heroes, the supports in that lane with him. Oh, a nice banish coming out. They have raises. It does connect on one. The Cold Snap actually canceling the raises. Nice Cold Snap from Fragisha, stopping Magi from getting much out of that. But he is starting to get stacks of Shadow Poison on. And meanwhile, up at the top, they get Note Me Down. Another T-Tor. Excellent. 58 CS on LDK, though. He is so far ahead of any of these other heroes. He's got a kill. Fav, 38 CS. So not, like, it's not horrible farm on Fav. It's just this Jug is farming very, very well. Flat Cannon pop to try to get some more harass onto Control. Live Grade is here. Now the Firestorm. Ooh, this could be dead if he gets that Stomp Connect, and it doesn't. So Fav able to walk it off. Nightmare, though, on Jakiro. He may not be so lucky. He has no Ice Path available, but it looks like they're out of Control. Ironic, because they're often his name is Control. The homing missile connects onto Live Grid. Some harass coming out. They don't have a Pit of Malice yet. There's a Rain of Fire available. Magi is up here, though. Now going after Control, punishing him for being so deep. One more raise. We'll do a big chunk and a long raise. Finishes him off, letting all three. A simple affair and a quick shrine to... probably going to shrine after Fav clears this camps. But Friggy's just starting to catch up a little bit in terms of CS, also going into the jungle to find some farm. Or not CS, but XP. He's pretty even in terms of last hits against this Invoker. And Scary Kitten dying once again. I don't think I've seen one kill happen this game. Tragic, isn't it? Keep a better eye on that top half of the screen, these health bars.
Dire's bottom tower is in turmoil.
But LDK, I mean, Perseverance completed. Probably not too far off that Demon Edge up top. Ooh, they might want to try to get Live Grade. Still no call down on Fab. Does have that Magic Rocket Barrage, though, so a lot of damage, but lacking a small amount of control. The slow on call down, pretty potent. 30% from the first, 60% from the second. But the second, of course, does less damage. Tier 1 tower being pressured. It's going to be really hard to push this Juggernaut off this tower. I mean, look at that. 72 last hits, 31 denies. Having a great game for LDK. And taking a look at the overall hero net worth, he is so far ahead. 1.1k gold at just 10 minutes ahead of anybody else. He's coming out now. They do have the Ravage available. They may try to make a play onto LDK, but it's a very hard kill. He does not have his Omni Slash, though. Bane in the sidelines. I think they spotted him out. Scary Kitten pinging the trees. Jaro and Shadow Fiend farming very, very nicely. We'll see if this Invoker able to catch up. He's not that far behind. Only 400 gold. Did grab the recipe for the Hand of Midas already, so not that far off the Gloves of Haste. Clammy. 2 points in the Shadow Poison. I'm pretty sure people just max that now. Symphonic popping the Enfeeble onto Scary Kitten. I don't think he's at any risk of dying, but speaking of risk of dying, Control needs to be a little bit careful. Gonna take a missile, but we'll be just fine. In the mid, though, Elder Titan. Very narrow survival here, but at the bot lane, they're after. They're just trying to shove this in, trying to do what they can here. Man, he is only 1k away from that Demon Edge. Really not that far at all. Speaking of close to things, Invoker closing in on that Hand of Midas will help him catch up in terms of levels, and he's not even really that far behind level-wise. Level 9, but is still like a full level behind, which is pretty rough. For an Invoker especially, and it's looking like this Tier 1 tower will be going down before too much longer. They have Ravage, but would be very wasteful to commit it. The spin coming out, trying to get onto Scary Kitten. He has Omni Slash available, so it looks like he wants to get the solo kill. And it's cut to ribbons, Scary Kitten, and a killing spree for LDK. 3 Omni Slash uses, 3 kills. I'd call that efficient use of that ability. Oh, Fab caught, and that's Firestorm as well. If they can get a Spirit onto him and a Stomp, but it's on cooldown for just a second. They're pinging him out. LiveGrid really wants to get this to Spirit. The Echo Stomp does manage to kill him off. He tried to deny him something, it's not going to matter. And now Jakiro doing what he can, but with Claim and Sleep, it's going to be hard to get any follow-up on him. The Shadow Poison's coming up, only 1 actually connecting. And now Control with a lot of bonus damage from this Atrophy Aura. In pursuit, he does have a Soul Ring as well as a Magic Wand. Bane here has a Nightmare, has a Fiend's Grip as well. Scary Kitten TPing in a nice sleep. We'll stop from getting that Ravage off the Firestorm, doing some damage in the tree line to note. They need to be careful. Magi here, tied under here. They're trying to get the Underlord Uber out. They're calling in their driver just a couple seconds until he gets there, and they bail. The Ravage committed, but it's too late. He popped it at just the wrong time, and they all escaped. Uber driver showing up, coming in clutch to all your friends at the club, getting a little bit, you know, you're a little bit tipsy, a little overdone, and just got to call that Uber driver to keep the bar crawl going. That's exactly what happened. They're going to keep that crawl going, and unfortunately for Scary Kitten, he is completely out of luck, left behind to just sober up and walk home. That was a really bad analogy, but I'm working on those, so I figured I would try. So I was trying to do something with Uber, you know, good bailout, Uber Lord, whatever. It's fine. It's good. It's good. Control closing in on his Hood of Defiance, making him an even more difficult target. Talk about thick with 3 Cs, that guy. And I believe Juggernaut is, yeah, his Battle Fury is done, but oh, what a raise. That was a triple raise actually connecting, and a quick kill off of LiveGrid from Magi. Tons of damage, and nice slow damage over time from Jakiro, keeping his move speed a little bit reduced. Underlord and Tidehunter taking peeks at each other. Great, such great use of that Underlord ult. It's a hard to use ultimate. Ooh, spin. He wants to get Fab. He does have an Omni Slash available, and he needs to get rid of that Homing Missile, and he's just going to try to walk this off. Ice Path coming out, but not going to connect. They need to be careful. This is a rank 2 Omni Slash, 6 jumps, so he could find a kill on somebody. To kill off his healing ward, though, and they just really want this guy. TV's coming in from the Invoker. He needs to Omni Slash perhaps to survive, but no, he's not going to get it off the raise. Magi finding that killing spree. And even if he had Omni Slash, likely not going to survive, even if Forgisha arrives in time. That was a 4-hero commitment to kill off that Juggernaut, though. So almost a 1k gold swing, about 800-ish in favor of no Courier Snipe. But Juggernaut's still at the top of the net worth, although Shadowfiend catching up. And that death sucks, but he already got his Battle Fury, so they're going to be not too upset about it, I think. Fab with his Mask of Madness completed, still no call down. It's interesting to me because one of the greatest strengths of Gyrocopter is how well he can fight early with that ult, with the magic damage that he deals. I imagine he'll get a point in it now. I guess since he's getting a lot of levels, it's not that big of a deal, but it is just something I've never really seen before. His Yasha completed. We'll be going in SNY, of course, a standard Gyrocopter item. Scary Kitten going to be going for a Mechanism once again. Very standard stuff for the Tidehunter. DD rune finished on Magi. Yasha also, or DD rune bottled up. Going to be taking the spell out talent, and a Yasha completed. So another SNY for him, some good value items. Ooh, a Banish onto Bane. They're trying to get something to Tide. The Sleep catches onto 2 heroes. The Requiem is going to be canceled, and Bane should be able to bail out. Ravage is now online again, but a nice Sleep allows Cybonic to get away with some pretty what's the word? Some pretty not good positioning. I see what he was trying to do, where he wanted to try to, okay, we set up for a Fiend's Grip or something, but it was a risky maneuver, and it's bailed out by LiveGrid. Looks like this mid tower getting very, very low. Could be saved. Underlord is here, has a Pit of Malice, throws on the Firestorm. Pit of Malice connects onto Magi. Magi could be put to sleep by LiveGrid, but a nice Ice Path, beautiful Ice Path. It's protecting his Shadow Fiend. The deny of that mid tower, denying them even more satisfaction. DD room popped on Magi. They're probably just going to see that and abandon ship. However, he is probably looking for Forgisha, but Forgisha a little bit too quick for him. Going to back off.
Where's my pension?
The Titan Spirit bringing him a little bit of damage. Oh, Oh, Bane gets the Fiend's Grip onto this guy, but this Invoker isn't anywhere to be found. Pops the Sunstrike, but I don't think it's enough. The Ravage catching on just the Bane. It was really the one hero, so 2 ults expended for practically nothing, but Bane's still going to go down, and just not enough follow-up. Froggisha was out. It was too far back. They didn't have the Elder Titan, the Underlord. No, Froggisha. He needs to invoke that stealth immediately. They do have a Sentry Ward available, though. He pops the Ghost Walk, starting to TP away. I don't think they have a cancel. They do get a cancel with the nice Ice Path again, and he's going to get just shredded. Scary Kitten gets that kill with an Anchor Smash, but the raises doing work, and this is quite the game we've got on our hands. Incredibly close so far. Ice Path coming out, they get the slow onto Live Grade. He's trying to get that stomp off, does manage to connect onto the Tidehunter and will be able to walk away safely. But in spite of the good fights they're getting, Juggernaut still far ahead. But Invoker fairly far behind when we take a look at things. He's closing in on that Aghanim Scepter, but only 6.7k net worth, 2k behind the Gyro, almost 3k behind the Shadow Fiend. Juggernaut is really what's keeping them in this game for the time being. His SNY now completed, so a good early game item. We'll see if he goes like a Scotty, a Bash, or a BKB. BKB, pretty good this game. Actually excellent this game. There's so much magic damage and so much BKB, like so much control that BKB blocks. Meanwhile, Invoker, again, trying to finish that Ags pretty damn close. It shouldn't take him too terribly long to finish it. Looking for something to Midas. Got to get that efficiency.
Invisibility.
And these rune found by the Tidehunter. No Ravage though, and unlikely that they go for a fight without their Ravage. Invoker farming up Ancients with the Cold Snap, Alacrity, and the Forge Spirit. Lines being drawn, a few Dire Heroes up here at the top. SNY completed on the Gyro as well. Shadow Fiend's also done. So 3 Sage and Yasha games. Takes me back to good old TI 5 is whenever we revealed it. Ooh, a nice Ice Path coming out. Scary Kid. Not in a position to really do anything, just providing some valuable information to the Jakiro and his teammates. Trying to ping out Froggisha. Wants to maybe see if they can get something on it. Ravage in 10 seconds, but his invis is about to end. They'll see him in just a second. The homing missile coming out after him. They get the Anchor Smash. The stealth immediately coming out. They don't have dust. It's cooling down on the Jakiro's backpack. But Froggisha able to walk back to his tower. Vanguard now completed by the Abyssal Underlord. Very tanky hero, and he's closing in on that Pipe of Insight to help his teammates against all this magic damage. A nice sleep onto 2. The meatball flies forward. A good vanish onto their Tidehunter, keeping him healthy. Or at least out of harm's way for the time. Possibly even setting up for a good Ravage.
Strengthen their structures. Dire's top tower.
And a couple more minutes, maybe like a minute and a half, and Invoker should have that Aghanim Scepter, greatly increasing his impact. Meanwhile, LDK continues the split push game, grabs that tier 2 tower up to the top, level 16, got that 25 attack speed talent. I believe he's the highest level. Tied with that Shadow Fiend, he's actually also having a really excellent game. And he went for the move speed, most likely, yes.
Top tower is under attack.
Shrine popped, Froggisha just trying to get that Aghanim Scepter. He's so close, but that Bounty Rune I don't think quite cuts it. Gets him real close though, so practically has it now. So Ag's now completed on that Invoker. LDK. They hit by 1 raise. The spin coming forward. He's getting aggressive, but backs off immediately, seeing the Shadow Demon in the area, but catches the hero. Couple right clicks, Fire Storm, and yeah, nope, no more. Dragon slayed.
Bounty.
Bane with the Soul Ring, trying to finish his Arcanes. Jaro going for BKB. It's a fine BKB game. There's a couple BKB piercing things, mostly just the Earth Splitter. I believe half of the damage pierces spell immunity. I don't know if all of it does. I know the slow does. Fiend's Grip, of course. But still a fine BKB game, so you can avoid the Invoker damage. Nightmares, Brain Saps, I believe, also get countered by... I don't think you can Brain Sap on magic immune targets. Nope, it is not piercing spell immunity. That'd be stupid. Imagine how dumb that hero would be if his brain... Oh, they found Clammy. Clammy. Will he be able to walk this one off? Live Grade, they get the Nightmare onto him. They can set up on the Echo Stomp now. The Sun Strike and a ton of damage! Just, ooh. Praise the sun. God damn, that Sunstrike shredded that hero. Now they claim the tier 2 tower on the back of it.
Lies in ruins.
What a, wow, that was, I did not expect it to just one-shot him. Crazy amounts of damage coming out from that Sunstrike. 537.
Illusion.
Shadow Fiend Dragonlance completed. Pretty well fed on him. Drums, S and Y, Dragonlance. Pretty good set of items for him. Can push pretty aggressively. Butterfly seems to be the next item for LDK. He's already got that Eagle Song, providing him a lot of attack speed, damage, and armor. It's 25 attack, 25 damage. I don't know what the attack speed is.
Radiant's top tower
And
is
some
under
tiny
attack.
percentile of armor. Now the mid-tier 2 siege is underway.
End of business.
4K gold lead, a nice pit of mouse coming out. Macropyre is going to connect. The Firestorm coming forward. Live Grade might be looking for a stomp. He doesn't have a, he did have a Spirit catching 3 heroes. But I don't know if they have follow-up. LDK has the Omni Slash bouncing around onto Fab, claiming taking a lot of damage. A nice Spanish protecting his Gyrocopter, but it looks like he's just going to set him up for another bit of damage. The Earth Splitter finishes him. But a beautiful 5-man Ravager. They have damage available. A lot of AoE coming out. But Shadow Fiend's not here. He can't follow up. And now Scary Kitten, a wonderful Ravage, but there's no one there to help him. Shadow Fiend is arrived, channeling their Requiem. But a Fiend's Grip instantly from Siponic. Oh no, he's going to go down too. The Death Requiem doing some damage, but not nearly as much as they would have hoped. Shadow Fiend instantly buying back. They've got Clammy up in 4 seconds. But that high ground siege looks like they will get this tier 3 and very possibly a pair of racks, or at least one barrack in their favor. Ice Path coming forward will connect onto a couple heroes, but that's all they have to delay. They have no Macropyre, they have no Ravage. And with the Alacrity on this Juggernaut, he just pushes so fast. Good Ice Path, a nice dual breath. Butterfly completed, and LDK continuing pursuit. And just starts hitting onto this tier 3 tower. They really want to get this live grade, looking for a nice Echo Stomp.
Dire's bottom tower is under Dire's bottom tower.
And now with that tier 3 dead, no fortification available either. They're pushing the second lead of Rax. It's getting extremely low. And look at that gold lead. All of a sudden, gigantic shift in favor of Spicy Thieves. No Courier Snipe. Just struggling to maintain a hold in this game. Really amazing play from this Punish. And it's so unfortunate, as Scary Kitten had a really excellent Ravage, but Magi just was not in position to help capitalize, and Gyrocopter already dead. It looked like it could. There's so much that could have been, but unfortunately, lack of positioning or not quick enough on the trigger to rotate results in 2 lanes of racks and several heroes dying. Not only that, looks like Roshan is going to be claimed by Radiant as well. LDK, I already don't think they can kill this guy, but now, even if they do, they've got to do it twice. XP lead not as drastic for Spicy Thieves, but man, is that gold graph tough to look at. 14K at 24 minutes. Incredibly hard to come back from 6K gold lead over the Gyro on just the Juggernaut. 7K against that Shadow Fiend. Even though Invoker is a little bit behind both of those heroes, it doesn't really matter. All of his damage compensated by the the Juggernaut, who finds 1 kill, and looks like they're going to go after the Shadow Fiend as well. I don't know if you actually want to TP into this. Put to sleep, a nice Sunstrike, but not going to connect. The Earth Splitter also not going to latch onto anybody. Clammy trying to get that stun out of live grade, and it looks like LDK trying to pursue further, but now that he's out of Butterfly move speed, he don't know if he has the pursuing power available. Ice Path flies forward. They're trying to get this guy, but he is an Aegis. He has no fear whatsoever. And now that last little barrack, the range tracks that bot, spin, and it's dead. They can't get Megid yet, but it is likely that occurs in the near future. 16K gold in favor of Spicy Thieves. No Courier Snipe. Doing their best, but it's just not enough in this game. They're quickly punished for every mistake. And now with a pipe, with Crimson Guard, this Radiant team is so tanky. Just get those actives going, and it's hard to get any kills. Like, they need to get a beautiful Ravage into a huge Requiem, into the call down, and some flat cannon hits, which they could do. It's getting in position. They have the Ravage available. They committed the Macropyre, but not a huge ult. But the way these Radiant heroes are positioning very aggressively, a bit spread out, trying to negate the chance of that Ravage coming in, using the Spirit to scout the Firestorm, harassing Magi down. They're going to need to engage on this call down, committed. Scary Kitten lurking around the wings, wants to try to get his Ravage. He does get it off onto all 5 heroes. Will they be able to capitalize though? Fab already used his ultimate to doing as much damage as they possibly can, but I don't think it's enough. LDK is just so tanky. The Fiend's Grip onto the Gyrocopter too from the Bane, but they get the heals off onto him again, so the Requiem flies forward, but it's not really going to connect on anyone. And this Spin pursuing Claymate as fast as he can, and this Shadow Fiend, a nice bandage coming out from Claymate protecting his teammates. The Sunstrike does connect, but it's not enough damage, not just yet. They've already lost the Bane as well. Shadow Fiend going to go down on the other side though, and LDK still his Aegis available, and he's just pursuing Omni Slash coming out, doing a lot of damage. He's getting 1, 2, 3, 4 heroes dead. Juggernaut massacring them in the Omni Slash. Buyback available just on the Tide, but a Tide without Ravage. What is he? Rampage for LDK in the Fountain too. Such a commanding presence, this Juggernaut Tornado, trying to buy some time. A nice sleep, getting him out of there, and no rebuttal, nothing. They just have to live with it. A complete slaughter of no Courier, and Spicy Thieves run away with this 3rd game after what you could say was a sort of slow start. Congratulations, Spicy Thieves, winning all 3 of these scrims so far. No Courier making some progress, changing up their drafts, but they just can't seem to get a bead on Spicy Thieves. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have any feedback for that cast, please let me know. I really want to get better, and I really appreciate you coming by, watching, following, and commenting. So thank you guys so much. Again, I really appreciate it. Looking forward to casting more for you guys, and hopefully getting some paid work in the near future, building a nice highlight reel. So I hope you guys enjoyed that cast. I do not think I will be doing any more as much as I would like to. You know what, I might. We'll see. But again, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I'll wait a minute, see if they've got another scrim or if something else is happening that I might cast, but I do have some homework I should do.